Yo, who asking for food? Y'all putting for the food up there? What's up? Everything.
Enjoy yourself.
Nigga.
Got to all here. If you have passed out the wall, all the Thank you, Yata. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the Okay. Supporting and the other members here was other conditions. I want to welcome you with the committee. I was excited that you're coming, and this is the place to be. Most Saturdays, the other places around. You know, we come to the door, yes, it's the door. And yes, I'll be sure. Calling us more, not just with other people, but people of all tribes and all walks of life kind of meet here and have discussion from anything you can think about, political, organization and everything. We meet here, we have a very good time and have a friendly discussion. So when they told me you were coming, I was glad that you would come here and meet my people. So Mr. Cummings and Councilor Bronski, welcome, and our people. Thank you.
Welcome the chairman of the board, all officers of the association. Thank you for the warm welcome. On behalf of Councilor Bruce and I, we're happy to be with you. Hopefully we can have some more before we leave. Well, it's good to be in Pennsylvania. It's good to be with you. Good to be with brotherly love. And sisterly affection. You talk to you, take questions, comments, suggestions, whatever.
Until we are least on my project, and I want to enter in government.
So,
oh, it's just an introduction, Dr. Routine thing. They're not taking questions of nothing. No, that's cool. We're leaving from here. Leaving from one of the feet.
So once the dumb boy is ready, we'll move on the table. I just waiting for the signal from the back. In the meantime, I guess, as Mr. Cummings has mentioned, if we all have comments and suggestions or ideas, we can throw it around.
That makes sense.
But let me just say a word since I had the opportunity to start. Mr. Cummings, in my own name, I want to say, having been in the Philly area for 40 years, it's really so good to know that the sacrifice you make. I mean, we think about home, just the idea you're moving from. I know the last time you were in Kilipo Kawakan, attention please. You were moving to Kilipo Kawakan, you were moving all the way to the southeast. We just want to say we pray in good health. We just can't begin to thank you so much. We thank you for country, irregardless of what our persuasion will be. To see you in Charlene here, for me personally, is gratifying. So I just said that because I've been here for over 40 years. But we thank you so much. Thank you. So we can, and Madam Council, we do appreciate you. Just leave it home and come here. It's one big family in Liberia. We just love the fact that I thought to say that. So at this time, if we had anyone who may want to say something, or we can jump right into the questions, because I think they have a very busy schedule after the eating with us. They will be leaving, you know. So if we can start talking now, conversating, but let's just keep it a little bit, very much respectful and orderly. So at this time, if we
Thank you, Mr. Wilson.
Please go ahead and let's just talk. But once the dumb boy is ready, we'll transition.
Thank you, Mr. Wilson. We appreciate you.
thank you.
Hello?
So let me say something. I wanted to just appreciate someone as well. Yakula, yes. Yes. Madam, we just wanted to say, you know, we're very gender sensitive as well in PA. No, we just want to say in a real good way. Like our preso here, we thank you very much. We heard your voice in many ways. And we thank you for being Team Cummins and staying along. We just want to appreciate you as well. Thank you. Is someone else to call? Yeah, I understand that some people on the side. That's why if you have questions, please let's start. Because once we eat, we're gonna go right down on 71st and Lindbergh, behind 7th and Lindbergh, behind.
We were just told to come over, so.
Hello.
No, it's okay. Let me not control the narrative. But we're just told to come over.
If you have an opinion of saying something, you're most welcome to say what you want to say.
Thank you very much.
7th and Lindbergh. When you see the Dunkin' Donuts, is the field right back.
Allah Bashman, that's going to speak. Go ahead.
No, one second. Listen.
Bashman has limited time.
Thank you.
May we have your attention, please, everyone?
1 second, everybody. The president speaking. Hello.
May we have your attention, please? May I have your attention, please? So we are here to listen and talk to Mr. Cummings. So let's talk to him instead of talking to each other. You know, and have some orderly manner, please. I beg your pardon.
President is speaking.
So, Mr. Julie has something to say. Thank you.
Thank you for the leadership of Philadelphia. Mr. Cummings, and my pleasure meeting you, both of you. And Mr. Yakula, thanks for making yourself available to us. It's a pleasure. We appreciate you and welcome you to the city of Brothers Love and Sister Village. Thank you very much. That said, I also want to say a big thank you to you, Mr. Cummings, for your CPP. It shows some level of gender equality. And it also, she's also qualified. We like that. That's what we want to see. But yeah, I am. I'm at a crossroad where I struggle with a couple of decisions. You've shown a very good leadership in terms of management. Coca-Cola, awesome. Respect that. Then we come to leadership. And there's been some struggle because we've had 40 years of civil war. And you've supported some decisions regarding war crime, prosecution. At the same time, we look around and see folks around you who've been fully involved with the crisis. And it's bothering me because, number one, I lost my father at the age of 14 in 1990. And I watched Prince Johnson shoot 5 market women in the head at Fort Junction. That's PTSD. I struggle with that. Only because they bought a heated goose from his soldiers. And you guys continue to walk scot-free. But then I also see you in bed with them. With Daniel Chair, former defense minister, for now incarcerated war criminal justice. The Louis Brown, former national security advisor, for now incarcerated war criminal. I'm sorry if I'm taking your time, but it's important.
Yeah, just 2 minutes. Yes, please. Yes. So here's what I was going to say.
That's it. Sorry. That said, I also see you with debility syndrome of the FIFA issue. I know you both are qualified for the job. Despite the fact that our masses are unsophisticated and lack the logical thinking or critical thinking skills to vote the rightful people in. But we should start to set some precedents in terms of integrity. So at one point in time, if you come, go back to the drawing table and say, you know what? We need some structure so that we're able to connect with not only the actual people who know the issues, but the youth. Please remember that the youth is the highest voting population. The Louis Brown, the Billington, all of those guys, and Benjamin Cassell who served as gender minister
and can't show us anything tangible as our youth continue the language and the elderly. At what point in time do you draw the line and say, let's go after our youth leadership in schools and colleges, etc., so that we can attract those voters? Because if you don't take that route, it's going to be a struggle. We are the incumbent. We are state resources. We are God.
I think he understands the question now.
Yeah. So that said, at what point in time do you get these guys out of the way to show us that you are actually ready to lead this country? Okay. I'm not saying that it's all inclusive, you should include them. No, they can sit on the back burners. But why give them titles for all?
That's it. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
So,
one second.
So as a president, we had to eat Dumbo, okay? And we're having several events that are before His Excellency come and speaks. Let's kind of limit it to 1 minute. And I know he will say, and then let's match our tunes. In the meantime, I'm sorry for the interruption. I know we'll soon
Just for the crowd.
Once the food is ready, we
Housekeeping.
jump in the back. So I'm sorry for the interruption. I know you're going to speak next.
Just for the housekeeping rule.
Respond to the Respond to the question.
Only one of us will speak. When I'm done, only one person will speak.
Yes, what I was saying is, if there's one other question or so,
Oh, I see.
we'll take it all together, and then we'll transition.
Makes a lot of sense.
And we'll be willing to reiterate, just in case.
I forgot to say this. I'm sorry. Besides the president and the vice president, we have the chairman of our board of the Liberian Association of PA. And I know you wanted to make a quick maybe statement. I kind of overlooked it. So we'll go with him first, then we combine the questions, and then Mr. Cummins will come in. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Our comments, my president already said, I want to welcome you to PA. I'm excited to see Charlene Bronx in your team. As a disclaimer, I am not a CPP ANC partisan, I'm not. But I admire the young girl. I don't know, we met in Brussels one time with her fiancé for traveling to Liberia. And our conversation was deep about Liberia. Little did I know she would be a candidate in the race. I'm more into education in Liberia. And I like to see people, young people, don't mind the age you get, I did a number. But the exuberance she brought to the campaign and the way I see her moving, wherever the car falls, moving, I appreciate it and know that we have people who need a lot for Liberia. We are well admired. In the educational area, that my passion for Liberia, I'm going to school not far from your School of Science and Tech in Newport Road. All of us can work to collaborate on our efforts in building a nation that all of us desire. Liberia is, someone said, a crossroad. But the road is not crossing at the right point. The road is crossing somewhere where all of us need to galvanize the cream de la cream in our community, in our society, in the Liberian environment to make a difference in Liberia. The current regime, in my opinion, I am a sympathizer of Mr. Weah, and that's a disclaimer. And I'm proud to say that I am a sympathizer of Mr. Weah. In spite of the circumstances he finds himself in spite of the negative that has befallen of his leadership, there are too many failures in Mr. Weah's leadership that I'm not prepared to support. But that does not stop me from being sympathizer of him. Having said that, you are coming into leadership. My problem has been the fact that the opposition has not stood the test of time to organize and battle Mr. Weah. Do you believe that with the current splinter of opposition that we are ready to unseat Mr. Weah in 119 days? Do you believe that?
Yes.
Okay, let's take one or two more, then we can have him come in. Who's next?
I think the two should go. It's too much.
Madam, I'm sorry. Yes, go ahead. I'm sorry.
My name is Dekati, and my question is, with the increasing level of trash that's all over, everybody's complaining in Queensville, in the city. I'd like to hear your thoughts on how we manage
So we got three now. We talk about inclusion. Wait a minute. Okay, we got one last gentleman. Go ahead, sir. That's the last one. Which one?
Mr. Jackson.
Mr. Jackson.
Mr. Cummings, I thank you for coming to Philadelphia to talk to us. I've followed the activities of the political aspirants in Liberia for a time. And I have a question, I have a concern. And the concern is the chemistry of the politics in our country. History shows that there has hardly been a one-time elections where someone won on the first vote. Our time there has always been, a second round where people amalgamated their votes and they won. What we have seen, there is a complete disjoint of ideas amongst the opposition. For me, I have been working in Liberia as an educator in every sense of the word, running a teacher training institute where we train teachers who are not qualified, etc., etc., etc. What are the plans you have? Suffice it to say that you won on the first round of voting. Then my question becomes irrelevant. But suppose you had to go a second round with the kind of toxic discourse amongst the opposition. What? Because I don't want you to live out of reality. A situation where you have to, solicit votes of other people. What is the team doing? Instead of being on the internet, talk shows, vilifying one another, casting aspersions, and what is your strategy to ensure that were you to go second round, that someone will say, I will go with Cummings, or they will say, in Liberian balance, that may work causing us. What is your strategy?
Thank you.
All right. Excellent. All right. Thank you all for your questions. I think that your question and his are similar. Yeah. In terms of, first of all, you're making an assumption. You could be right, but you could be wrong. That we will automatically go to the second round. That person will go to the second round. I don't know if I buy that as an assumption. It could be right, but I don't think we should assume that. Right?
Now, they say we are, it could be any other person.
Okay. So, what I would say to you though is that what you necessarily see on the internet does not necessarily reflect the reality of the people on the ground, what you see on social media. I believe that no matter who makes it to the second round, if President Weah does get to the second round, the opposition will win. And you know why? Because President Weah is performing so badly. If you look at all the various polling, and we do our own polling, so we're not just doing this stuff because we feel good about it, we do polling and we look at other polls. As of today, it's 101 days to go for the election, right? Most Liberians are actually still undecided, surprisingly. Right? It hasn't been made up. That's one. Two, many Liberians have concluded that President Weah cannot do the job, that his performance reflects the reality of the suffering that's happening in the country. So the combination of those two things for me say that we in the opposition, assuming he makes it to the second round, again, big assumption that he does, that we'll actually rally around each other to make sure we make him a one-term president. There are not many examples, but there are a few examples where incumbents have lost in Africa. So in Ghana, when John Mahama lost, not this last time, the time before, he was the incumbent, and he lost to the current president, Nana. It was 18 months ago in Zambia. The incumbent president lost to Hichilema, who's the current president. So it's not unprecedented. It can happen, it does happen, and I think it will happen this time around. One, because of what we're offering Liberians in terms of an alternative, right? But also because of the performance of the current president. By any measure, not because I say so, not because I'm in opposition, but any measure, our country is going backwards. I don't care how you measure it. Inflation, unemployment, all the human development indexes, everything is going the wrong direction. And Liberian people are feeling it. They are experiencing it. So it's not just esoteric, it's not just talk, it's actually happening, right? And so as we, as Councilor Bronson, make our case to the Liberian people, we every passing day, we are more and more confident that we'll be successful come October 10th.
Yes.
Right? We are very confident. But we know we gotta do the work. And we know we need your help, by the way. We're not pretending that, we don't need your engagement, your help, and your support. We need Liberian people to help us, to support us. But with that help and support, we're confident we'll win. And look, the background, I still talk to the former vice president. So, sometimes there's a saying that the Cardinals can be holier than the Pope. Right? So, Joe and I, when he was not well, I visited him, I still talk to him. The opposition will come together when it's necessary to make sure we do because at the end of the day, so gentlemen, let's have a conversation. At the end of the day, it's about Liberia.
Yes.
It's not about me, it's not about Councilor Bronson, it's not about you. It's not about Madam President. It's about the country.
Yeah, that's
right?
it.
Coming together
That's it.
is what will be required to change Liberia, and we're prepared to engage every and all Liberians. Let me get to the question of what I call guilt by association, right? Because there's an assumption, and again, it could be right or wrong, right? But there's an assumption that because these people are associated with certain people, they're therefore guilty, right? That's a link there. It could be right, could be not. The way I think about it is I am very clear on the aspirations I have for our country, the standards by which we should all be judged. And if these people are willing to associate with me, they know what they're signing up for. They know the consequences of them not behaving. I'm very clear about that. One. Two, I often say we have to meet the country where it is before we can change it.
Exactly.
You can't be sitting out here, perfect, purist, and most of the countries over here. You will never get to lead it. You have to meet the country where it is, and then you gotta move the way you want The third thing I would say is, we're trying to build an inclusive tent, an inclusive hut, where we want all Liberians in this hut, all Liberians in this tent, because it will take all of us to change the country. But I don't judge people based on other people's experiences with them. I judge people based on my experience with them. I listen to other people's experience
With
so I
facts,
can learn.
with facts.
Let me finish. You can come back. I listen to other people's experiences. I observe other people's experiences so I can be on a watch. But I don't determine my experience with you based on what somebody else says. Because it could be right, could be wrong. But my experience with you will be different from a right experience with you. That's life, that's reality. And so I don't judge what other people I watch, I observe. And yes, I look at facts. I don't look at emotion. I'm not in fact, one of my problems, I'm not a sentimental guy. And people say, oh, the man, that people can lay, I look at the reality, I look at fact, I'm unemotional about things. In fact, I think that's what the country needs, frankly. Because today we make a lot of decisions based on because I know you.
Exactly.
You're my friend, and maybe you be
Lacking integrity.
qualified, or you do something wrong. And so, oh, but you were in Philadelphia, you supported me, so I will forgive him. I don't do that. Right? I don't. Right? So, let's give these people the benefit of the doubt.
Do you not see that as some level of forgiveness? Your approach.
Yeah, you just argue, no, it's okay.
Do you not see that as some level of forgiveness, indirect forgiveness? Do you not see it as that?
It could be that, but that's not a role of forgiveness, depending on the circumstances, right? But what I can say to you, we believe and we will implement a war economic strategy and we'll let the evidence go where the evidence goes.
That's it.
I'm not gonna say go prosecute Mariah or go prosecute Kontobrowski, right? That's not the job of the president. My job is to make sure the institutions are led by the right people. They have the right resources, and then they will follow the evidence. Wherever the evidence leads. If it leads to my son, my daughter, my vice president, my chief of staff, where the evidence goes, but I can't still go and prosecute this person.
But do you think the system is prepared for that? To entertain that? The system?
We gotta fix the system.
The existing system? That's corrupt?
Excuse me, one second. We have a question for the trash.
We have to get the system to the point where you can do that. In the meantime, the answer is not for me to say to prosecute you.
Next question.
Based on what? Just because I like you, or because
The FIFA record is not one like you. Why allow the association? So you gotta stop that. Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. Sorry, don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. Not a body radar. Not a body radar. Go ahead. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate your time. Not a body radar. Don't do that next time. Don't talk to your no, I was trying to the question I have my right to do that.
There are few things in Nigeria, there are many things that we should be embarrassed about as a people. One of the things that we should be embarrassed about as Nigerian men, if you look at the rape statistics in Nigeria, right? The rate of sexual and gender-based violence as Nigerian men, you should be embarrassed. We should be extremely ashamed, right? The other thing we should be ashamed about is that after 175 years of independence, we are among the least developed countries in Africa. Shame on us, right? And then the other thing we should be ashamed of is the amount of trash in our country, right?
We have to make you laugh.
It is so, excuse my language, it is so effing embarrassing. We got the trash problem in the country. So, it's a full situation. We have to fix it on a systemic basis, right? So there will be the quick fix to just get the trash on the road. But then we gotta think about how we dispose of trash, how we encourage the disuse of single-use plastics. So there are many things we gotta do to solve the trash problem. One thing we'll do is we'll also use the private sector. You know, trash is a business. There are trash companies that are trading with real estate that all they do is trash.
Yeah.
We'll get a bunch of Liberians, we'll finance them, we'll have to solve the trash problem. And then we'll hold them accountable for fixing the trash. But we should be embarrassed as a people.
Oh, yes.
Right? That we got trash. Or it's unhealthy, it's unsavory, and so that's something we'll face. In the first 100 days.
Let's give Mr. Cummings a round. Let's do it one more time. Let's give him a round of applause. Our president wanted to say something. And it will be done one time. Yes, Madam President.
Okay, so may I have your attention, please, everyone? Hello?
President speaking, John Biana, President speaking.
Hello? May I have your attention, please? Okay. Sorry to call names, but thank you, Mr. Cummings. And like I said, we're happy to have you here from the beginning. Pennsylvania is a state that can produce a government on this one. Everywhere in the world. Pennsylvania alone, because I'm dealing with, as you see what I deal with. And it's a tough place here. And so that's why we're happy to see you. We're happy, I mean, everybody wanted to see you and listen to what you have to offer and to say. And after I've heard everything everyone said and with all the questions, I just want to make a few statements on behalf of my people. Now, we welcome everybody here, whether you are from CDC, whether you're from ANC, whether you are from the Congolo Play and camp, wherever camp you come from. As a president of the state of PA, I welcome everybody here and I give them a chance because you are going to lose these people. Everybody here don't stay here. Some people are here visiting And some people have the choice to go back, and people will go back to retire. We are making families here. Our generation, trust me, some of them are born here, but they want to go back to stay. And so we are looking for a government of inclusiveness. A government of gender equality, proper security, accountability, punitive actions, community awareness, preventions, a government free of sexual violence, a government that will include everybody with the right expertise to have a better community in our country. And we are thankful for everybody who have done it the quality to come to be presidential candidate. By the way, I'm a Fox. I'm from the Foxes then. I'm saying that for a reason. I wasn't bad at for gender rebels. And I know Ms. Rosie, I know her. And I was happy and glad when I heard a fellow colleague is happy to carry the country to the direction it wants to. And I wish you all the best. May the best man win. Whosoever comes in, we are looking for a better community, good governance in our country. We want that, and we'll push for that, we'll fight for that, no matter who it is. Anybody can be friends with anybody and related to anybody in whatever way. What we want is a better Liberia. It's been long coming since 1847. And the next thing I want to say, that I want to thank you all, and also thank the government for signing that Dual Citizenship Act. Now we are American Liberians, we are Liberians and we are Americans. We are proud of that. Because this country accepted us, so we needed them to provide for us, and they gave us a good stable living condition. And we want to take our expertise back. So we want you to have us on our list when you're thinking of experts, because we have so many experts around here. You got people who went to, we have good accountants, and good governing people, because we lived within a country of good governance and accountability. We want to practice that. We are all not perfect. The country, America is not a perfect country also, they make their mistakes. But, you have people who have the expertise to do what is right and have accountability, the country will be right. So I want to thank you.
Excuse me.
At this time,
Excuse me.
at this time, yes, sir. 1 second.
One as the president.
Yeah, one second, sir. If you give us, we'll give you a minute. At this time, when he's done, and Mr. Cummings respond, I think we're ready to just move on the other side. The table behind me can only hold the chairman of the board, the president, vice president of LEP, and of course our distinguished Mr. Cummings and the vice president.
Right.
So I just want us to be mindful as to, when we finish up, keep where we are and we'll move in the back. Go ahead, sir. 1 minute.
Mr. President, I want to say thank you for you guys pushing the dual citizenship.
I know, yes.
The next election, we will also be happy for the dual electionship, because we want to be here and be part of it. Thank you.
Okay. Having said that, I have done one thing, and I will be crucified if I didn't correct it. At this time, let's give a round of applause for El Vice Presidente. I will put it that way. Our daughter, our fixer too.
Pesa tu, pesa tu, pesa tu, pesa tu, pesa tu.
You see, I'm not done. All right. You see, she has wisdom in listening. Since she got here, as Mr. Cummings spoke, she was very poised, a wise lady, quiet, and she was waiting to listen. Madam Ramsey, we are so happy to have you. At this time, we call on you to please bless this occasion with your wisdom. Come on up.
Thank you. First of all, when I saw the new Doma Valley, I said, this is my home. So I want to make sure we talk some Doma here before we leave. I'm so honored to be here. It's been 4 weeks since I was named as the vice running mate, the vice winning mate. There's a joke that it was you people, you in the diaspora, that was so excited about this pick. So So I said when I come here, I have to make sure to say thank you to all of you in the diaspora. I think Mr. Cummings has said it all. I mean, you will hear me, I will always say how grateful I am. And if you know me, some of you know me, some of you will get to know me. My father, the late Councilor Charles Walker Bromston, I think if you knew him, you knew the kind of character he had and he was. And I am very similar to him. And I say I would never have agreed. I would never have been so proud to stand next to this man if I did not know in my inner core that he was the right and the best choice for Nigeria. So everything that has been said here today, and you're right, so I forget, just left. I've been listening. I've been listening because there is a knowing. But then this man truly, and I'm not here to praise Mr. Cummings. That's not what our relationship is not about me bringing accolades of him. But he really is a fountain of wisdom. So when you saw me sitting here listening attentively, it was truly because everything he says, so much of what he says resonates with me, but I'm constantly learning from him. And I'm a counselor at law. I run my own law firm. I mean, my resume is there. But I am always learning from him about the basics of good governance. People always say how. But he speaks the how more than anyone else I know. Just this conversation here. I mean, so I'm sitting here, I'm in awe. But I want to say to you that we're grateful. I want to make the commitment to you that everything that we espouse, that we promise you, that we will that this is not just rhetoric, but that the Cummings from Kentucky will do what needs to be done to change our country. I want to close by saying, and once again, I said a couple of hours ago, I will be speaking tonight at the convention, so you will hear more about what the Cummings from Kentucky will look like. So this is just an informal discussion. But I want to say that, I think with everything that Mr. Cummings discusses, the policies, the hows, I think the most important thing is this idea of engaging hearts and minds of the Liberian people. We must know that we can do better and that we deserve better. We still don't, many of us don't know it. Many of us don't, we have settled for the bare minimum. We truly have settled for the bare minimum. And the bar is low. And we must be the one to begin unapologetically to raise the bar. Something you said earlier. We must not be ashamed to say we can do better.
Yes.
We must not make excuses for failed politicians. We must know that our children are your children. This is your home, but your real home is across the Atlantic.
Yeah.
And your real home is groaning. Your real home is waiting for you to be able to say, my real home is better than mine.
Yes.
And we can do it.
Yes.
But we must understand that we can do it. And once we have the ability to be able to make excuses, once we have the ability to be able to say that, we can try, but then we won't get to where we need to go. So, this is something that he and I have been talking about. He has this great, Mr. Cummings will talk about engaging hearts and minds, which really begins to speak to who we are as Liberians. This idea of nationalism, this idea of one Liberia is what I am passionate about. Because even beyond the policies, if we don't begin to know who we truly are, it's for nothing. Absolutely. So anyway, I will conclude. Thank you, sir. Thank you for everyone who has said, they're happy that I'm part of this ticket. I'm honored to be here. And let's also them up.